In your experience, have you noticed, is it more powerful or does it have a more profound effect when you say something with intent or with an expectation to have that particular result versus if you just say it and not know it if that result is going to show up the way you expect it or not? Does it make sense? So I can
Yeah,
ask something of a patient, and I'm like, I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. But if I'm asking the same thing with the intent and with the expectation that it's going to work because I'm asking for it. Did you see there, and did you notice a difference between the two situations?
not necessarily. And I
Okay.
think that's a very important question because if I answered that affirmatively and said yes, that really would exonerate a lot of people from misspeaking in critical times. Let me give you some examples.
Yes, please.
A patient comes in, and as a physician, the physician haphazardly says, when you break through the effects of this medication, hopefully there will be other medications now in trials that will be available. That's just haphazard without intent.
Yeah.
If the patient takes that wrong, the embedded suggestion is you will break through. You will need another medication.
Yeah.
Now, I was with a patient when that actually occurred. He was a dear friend of mine with prostate cancer, and he was sufficiently alert to challenge the doctor and say, you mean if I break through? So I think it's important for authority figures to understand that whether they intend it or not, the outcome very may well happen as a result of their intentional or unintentional suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big cautionary point that hypnosis teaches, but that's not well understood in the medical community.
I understand. All right. Coming back to the initial question, um, I was asking you if you still do that, and if you do, how do you pick your induction? But you said you're not using that much anyway, so
Well, no, I do. If I'm in a private office setting
yes.
where you don't have the instantaneous trust that
Mm-hmm.
comes from wearing a white coat, and I have a private office where I do medical hypnosis
Yes.
not infrequently, then generally I will do an induction. If you ask me what kind of induction I do,
How do you pick it?
I don't pick it. I let the situation dictate it
Okay.
because understanding how to move someone into a trance, once you have a good feel for that, you really don't need a script. You don't have to decide. All you really have to do is, I simplify it sometimes. This is part of linkage. I say name it and claim it. Maintain your rapport. Be alert to, their postures, their breathing, their
Yeah.
blinking, and maintain that throughout. And then start describing things in a way that allows you ultimately to control where their conscious focus goes.
Yes.
And from there, it's simple.
Absolutely.
So I would say the only time I ever pick an induction is if I'm at the bedside and something tells me I need to do something quick and easy. And rather than do what I call freewheeling Ericksonian, just, hey, I wonder if you can close your eyes and imagine something you might not have. Instead of doing something like that, I might have them lift their hand and,
Yeah.
then you begin, create a situation and then describe the situation. That's what all these standard inductions are.